Hello everyone. Today we are going to do standard 9 lesson number 1.3 subject English. The lesson's name is Have you ever seen exclamatory. The question mark is not given, the exclamatory is given. And what is the meaning of exclamatory mark? We can say that is the something we can shock or we cannot imagine, and we are not able to understand. The mark is saying that the exclamatory mark expressing the meaning of this particular thing, that is we are somewhere, we are shocked, or mm, we are we are seeing the unexpected thing. That is the mark is showing. The lesson name is Have you ever seen. So we are going to start the lesson, right? So first we are going to discuss about the uh, like in every lesson we having a warming up, right? So in this lesson also we are having warming up. So in this lesson, warming up, in this uh, few exercise are given, few answers are given. So here I'm reading first question. In warming up lesson number 1.3, have you ever seen. The first question is given, words that have some spelling but differ the meaning when used in a different context are called homographs. So what is the meaning of homographs are given here? The words which are having a same spelling but having a two meaning, right? That is called homographs. Means when a word is single but it is having a two different meaning, that is called homograph. Okay, so examples are given, few homograph examples are given in this. So first is a temple fair attracts a lot of crowd. And the second example, the same meaning, a same sentence and same words, a second this example of her performance in the test was fair. The homograph is, the underline is given, fair is a homograph. Okay, the fair is a homograph because it is having a two different meaning. In the same way, the B example is also having a homograph. What is written here? A rose is the king of the flower. Okay, the sun rose which a golden glow. The homograph rose having a two meaning, one word having a two meaning, and it is all making two different sentence. Okay, a one single word having different meaning and having a different can make a different sentence, that is called a homograph. So here one chart is given. So what warming up is saying, think of the 5 homographs and list them below, and write two sentences of the own to bring out the difference of the meaning. Here the chart is given, it is saying you have to choose any 5 homographs and you have to make a sentence out of this. Okay, so in next slide we have made a few homographs. Okay, you can zoom the screen and see the homographs. I have already written a few homographs for you all, so you can note down for your reference. Okay, the first homograph is close. I'm just reading few so you can come to understand. So first homograph is close. Okay, so sentence we can make from the close word is first sentence is shut. Did you close the window before leaving the room? The homograph close in use this sentence. Okay, the homograph is close. So what sentence we have made? The sentence we have made is shut, means shut is a person. So the one person is asking another person, did you close the window before leaving the room? Close, the homograph close is used over here. Okay, the one sentence, and the second sentence we have made is near. The second meaning of close means the first meaning is close and second meaning is near. Near and close is having two meaning of the homograph. We are, we can say we are close to this person, we are very we are staying near of his house, right? So it is having two meanings. The second meaning is near. Near the post office is close to the bank. Okay, it is having two sentence and having one word, two homograph. A homograph word is close and it is making two sentence. Like here we have written five homographs: close, bet, fly, left and fun, and it is having different sentence. So you can note down it and make your note. Now second, here is our English workshop is given. So here is also few question and charts are given. So here also we have to read and we have to make a chart and make a list out of it. From each line, I am reading the question. From each line in the poem, pick out the word that is a homograph. Up we have seen what is the homograph and what it is means. Okay, so we have to see the poem, we have to look out the poem and we have to pick up the homograph words and write its meaning in the context of the phrase, okay, used in the poem. Okay, the phrase word which we are using, which the writer have used in a poem. Then write another meaning of the implied in the question. We have to write another meaning of the question, like bad. Okay, in the poem the bad word is using in the first two line, bad word is using. Okay, the bad means is a piece of furniture. Okay, in the poem the bottom of the river, sea and etc, the meanings are the other sentence, when the other sentence and other examples of the of which writer is given, including using the bad word. Okay, like that we have to find out in first line, second line and third line. We have to write down and we have to search the homographs and we have to write another meaning out of this. In this also I have made a chart of this. So in this also you have to just zoom the screen and check out the all answers. First in this you have to just pause the video and zoom your screen and you can note down the answer for your references. Okay, here the second question, warming up. Warming up's second question. Here also the answers are given. The answers are written in red mark, so you can write it and note it down, reading out of question, and you can write down the answers. This is third warming up answer. The answers are given to examples are given of the homographs examples and the interrogations examples using in the poetry. Then again, second question of the workshop, write two lines from the poem which you find the most humorous, justify of choice. Okay, so here also answers are given which you can note down. Again, third answer of the workshop, find from the poem three example of each, that is a interrogation and pun. The ABCD all answers are given in a red mark. Again, filling the blanks are already filled in the red mark, so you can write it down and note it for your reference. And now we have come to the poem. The poem's name is have you ever seen? So the poem name is Have You Ever Seen, and it is here given the question mark. The writer is asking, have you ever seen? In his imagination, in his own thinking. And here the writer's name is not written. How you can come to know the writer's name is not written? So we can see that the writer's name is not written here. It is written anonymous. Anonymous means writer name is not used, means writer's name is not given. Okay, so here first we are going to recite the poem, means we are just going to read out it, then we are going to explain the poem. Then we have come to know we can note down the hard words, and we can again explain, and we can note it down, and we can ask the reference teacher of we can ask the reference teacher to give the answers. So first we are going to recite the poem, only reading. You can refer your textbook if you having. Have you ever seen a shit on the riverbed, or a single hair from a hammer's head? Has a foot of a mountain on any toe there, and there is a pair of garden hose? Does the needle ever wink its eye? Why doesn't a wing of buildings fly? Can you tickle a ribs of a parcel, or open a trunk of a tree at all? Are the teeth of a wreck ever going to a bite? Have a hands of a clock any left or right? Can the garden plot to be deep and dark? And what is the sound of beats bark? And this side, these are also given. These are called hard words, which meanings are already given, so we can use in the during explanation of the poem, right? So this is whole poem. Now here with few pictures, the explanation I am going to give you all. So first two lines are, have you ever seen a shit on a riverbed, or a single hair from a hammer's head? Now what does it mean? What is the writer is going to say in this word, in these two lines? And it is also given a question mark, means he is asking us, have you ever seen? Have you ever seen means he is asking us to imagine the thing, that if you ever seen these things in your life, that is he is going to asking us. So in these two lines, have you ever seen a shit on a riverbed, means a riverbed means the the writer is comparing the bed sheet and the river. Have you ever seen a bed sheet on a river? So it is impossible things. It is writer's imagination. So it is making a fun of this, means the whole poem is depend. Its whole writer is making fun of this poem. He is asking is, and he's making his own person imagination, is making funny ideas and funny things to make over the imagination. So here he is asking, have you ever seen that the river is having its own bed, means it is having a own bed sheet? So we cannot see, and it is not it is impossible things. It is not done by the nature, because the river is having its own layer. It is full of water, and we cannot spread the river. We cannot spread a bed sheet on the river. So it is impossible that is the river is having a bed sheet. Okay. And now in the second line, it is saying a single hair on a hammer's head. So we human beings having a head, and we having our hairs on our head. The hammer is a, we can say, the part of a tool. Hammer is a tool, right? So it doesn't have any single hair on his head. Have you seen that hammer is having a single hair? So it is imagination. It is the poem writer is making funny imagination and writing in his own word. And that is there. And the second line has a foot of a mountain on any toes. And is there a pair of garden hose? Now, what is a foot of a mountain? What is the meaning of foot of the mountain? So we human body having two legs, okay? So the down part, which the fingers we have in our toes, that is called toe. So it is a down part of our body, means the which we are depend on it, because of that we can walk and we can stand and we can sit. So what is the mountain toes? The down part, the down area of the mountain. So we can say this full area of the mountain is called mountain toes. So this full area, this is called mountain toes, right? So the poem writer is asking that, have you ever seen that mountain is having any toe? Which is impossible. Have you ever seen that mountains have toes and mountain is having there are fingers, right? That is that imagination is making fun of the poem. In second line, and there is a pair of garden hose. Now what is the meaning of hose? The hose word is given here. So hose word is saying that is the hose pipe which we are using in we can see the firefighters are using hose pipe to rescue the people from the fire, we can say. So that is called hose pipe, right? So have you ever seen that a hose pipe having a pair, means it is having a two mouth uh, to supply a water? So it is impossible that hose pipe cannot having a two mouths to supply a water and to rescue the people and to extinguish the fire, right? So it cannot having a two mouths, right? So it is also having their own imagination. Again, the poem writer is having his own funny imagination. So that is impossible, and again the poem writer is making fun of the poem. Now the third one is, does the needle ever wink its eyes? Why doesn't the wing of a building fly? What it is saying, the poem writer is saying, does the needle means all that is sui, which we are using for stitching the clothes and everything. So have you ever seen that needle is having his own eyes? It is a non-living thing, and we cannot imagine that a needle can have a eye. So here again a fun, that is the needle ever wink its eyes. We can wink our eyes in every 2-3 seconds. We have to, because if we can't, then our eyes started watering. So we have to wink our eyes. But the needle cannot wink its eyes. Okay, the needle eyes means the upper part of the needle, which we are passing the thread from the hole, that is called needle sides. But it cannot blink, it is an open area. So if it is blinking and winking, then we cannot pass the thread from the needle, right? So it cannot. It is poem's imagination that if the needles is having on eyes and it is blinking and winking, then we cannot pass the thread from the needle, right? And in second line it is given, why doesn't the wings of the building fly? If each and every building having their own wings. So we can imagine that, we can see that in every each morning we can wake up and we are flying in the sky. So it is impossible that each and every building is flying. So we can look out of the window of our building and we can see the building A wing is flying and B wing is flying. That is impossible. Okay, so here again the poem writer is imagining that is the why doesn't the wings of a building fly, means why the buildings are having not having wings to fly. Okay, the means if it is having, if we imagine then each and every building is having own wings and it is flying, it is very funny things to see. Okay, so this is the poem writer is saying in these two lines. Now second is, can you tickle the ribs of a person? Now it is here written the word person. Now we can see in the hard words, if you're having a textbook you can refer it, then what is the meaning of person? Person means an umbrella. Okay, the umbrella means, umbrella is having rib, means the sticks of the umbrella. So here we can see the sticks. Okay, the sticks of the umbrella, it is called its own rib. Imagine that we are tickling the umbrella's rib, and it is feeling that it feels like if somebody tickles us, then we can shake our body and we go far from the person who is tickling us. Okay, so here the poem writer is saying, can you imagine that if we are tickling the umbrella's rib and it is just shaking by its own. So it is impossible, because umbrella is not having their own ribs. It is called a part of a which made of steel, and that is important to open the umbrella. Because of that only we can open and close the umbrella. Okay, so that is, we can call the umbrella's rib, but we cannot rib it, because it is a non-living thing. If you tickle a small baby or a human being, so that is possible thing, it because it is living thing and it feels. But the umbrella can't feel the tickling. Okay, and then second line it is saying, or open a trunk of a tree at all. Okay, so what is the trunk? What is a trunk? Or open the trunk of the tree at all. The trunk means, this is the trunk means the thick part of the this thing tree, the thick part of a tree. So here poem writer is saying, can you open the thick part of a tree? A thick part means the tree's balance, on which the tree is standing. Okay, can you imagine that you are opening tree's trunk by your hand? It is impossible. Again the poem writer is making on fun. In this line, are the teeth of a rake ever going to bite? Have the hands of a clock any left or right? Okay, the rack of the teeth means, here the teeth rack is given. It is a non-living thing. Are you imagine that it is going to bite us? No, because it is a non-living thing. This thing is a non-living thing. It is not going to bite us. If we imagine, instead of that, if there is a small baby or a human person, so it can bite us, because it is possible thing. But the teeth rack, this is the teeth rack cannot bite us. So here again the poem writer making fun that teeth rack cannot bite. Imagine that teeth rack is biting us. Okay, and now second line, have the hands of the clock of any left or right. So here again the clock, this is the clock. If you imagine the clock is having its own hands left and right, so what is going to happen? The poem writer is saying, imagine that the clock is having left hand and right hand and it is moving by its own. That is impossible. Okay, so here again the poem writer is making fun of that. Now the last two lines of the poem, that is saying, poem writer is saying, that is, can the garden plot to be deep and dark? So here the hard word is given, the meaning of the hard work which which you can see in the hard words, right? The can the garden plot to be deep and dark, and what is the sound of breeze bark? Now here you can see the bridge, the word is given bridge. What does it means? It says that the bridge means a tree. Have you ever seen that the tree is talking? Yeah, in the science that is proof that is the tree is a living thing, but it cannot move from one place to another place, and it cannot why it cannot speak, or it cannot talk. Okay, it is a living thing. Why it is living thing? Because it is giving different kind of things, because we are getting so many things from tree. Okay, when the breeze means air comes, because of that tree, the trees leaves are shaking their own, and the trunks and the part of the tree's body, it is shaking. Why it is shaking? Because of the breeze and because of the air. But tree cannot moving itself by its own. So here again the poem writer is saying that imagine that the tree is barking like a dog, and or a tree is speaking or is talking to us. Just imagine that any one of tree, we are standing in front of tree, and we are face to face, we are talking. So it is looking like a fun. Okay, so in this whole poem, the poem writer is imagining, that is, a few things, and few things that he is imagining, and is saying that imagine if these things are going to happen. Okay, so this is not possible things which poem writer is written in these few lines. Okay, he is just saying to imagine the things and think about it, and just make a fun for your life, make a fun for few seconds. Okay, so this is the meaning, and rest all things are which I have given you, that is uh, all things, the warming up, the exercise workshop, each and everything is having on answers. You can check the slides, one question and then another slide is saying answer. You can zoom the screen and check out the answer and note down for yourself. Thank you.